Shazam, Shazam. I'm Frank Corbin, and today we're going to discuss growing up baby boomer, understanding the financial behavior pattern of the past, current, and future generation. You see, the boomers were the fastest growing demographic for everything good and bad. Anything they put their mind to and money to, they made it happen. They had the highest marriage rate the world have ever seen, hence the highest divorce rate. They invested the most into the stock market. They bought the most real estate. They had the most children, and the list goes on. Good and evil reign among the baby boomers. They experienced the most real estate and stock market crashes the world has ever seen. They also enjoy some of the highest return in both of these sectors. Could you imagine buying a stock like IBM in 1975 for $20 and selling it back in the late 90s for $800-900 or $200-300? That's the kind of return the boomers saw. You don't see those returns today. More important, could you imagine buying a house in 1975 in the Toronto market for $120,000? And today, 2023, that house could be worth over $4 million. Welcome to the boomer era. It's no joke, folks. They were not playing. They were serious about their family. They were serious about their business. They were serious about their money. And they were serious about their success. So the question is, how did I, Frank Corbin, grow up a boomer, even though I'm a lot younger than they are? Well, it's pretty simple. I studied the positive and negative financial behavior of the baby boomers and other generations before and after them. I also became consciously aware of my generation, understanding what we were not doing right. Well, my generation became advocates of mental health, high level of laziness compared to the boomers. We lack the ability to work together in a family setting with each other. Both husbands and wife in my generation are implementing two different financial strategies, even though they live in the same house. With a high divorce rate, and it comes a huge financial setback. Every time you divorce, or I call it reset, it puts you 5 to 10 years back financially. So, what does this do for you? Could you imagine buying a house for double or triple the price every 5 to 10 years because you're going through a divorce or starting over? Could you imagine doing that? Well, the boomers worked together, even though they were unhappy with each other. Hence the great financial results and long term marriage history. They understand that two heads were better than one. They understand when two come together, it's form one union. And as I said, the boomers, they did everything good and bad in large numbers. Well, I'm late Generation X and early Generation Y. My generation came into relationship with self and for self. We didn't understand the simple concept of working together with each other. Where I said again, two heads is better than one. We totally missed the mark on that. At 19 years old, I bought a course on late night television called No Money Down by one of my mentors, Carlton Sheet. And I literally bought this course with no money down. on my first gold card I got from CIBC. It's one of the best $100 I've ever spent. Carlton explained everything you need to know about real estate at that time, from property management to mortgages, tenant finding, and tenant picking. And folks, don't get it twisted. Once I study this course, it's like I graduated from university with financial honors. My university and college peers had nothing on this advanced level of knowledge. They had no clue what was available in front of them. Many of them graduate from university and college, working in different industries as they were what they studied. They struggle financially. They struggle in relationship. And sometimes because they were struggling financially. And I'm sitting on this gold gem that I bought for $100 from Carlton Sheets. Moving forward, everything I touch with real estate turned into gold. Because I had one of the best TV mentor, Mr. Carlton Sheet. Carlton drained his brain into that 12 CD course and instructional manual. He was the genius of the baby boomers era. And I was so curious about financial success. I wanted to start young and retired rich. Hence one of my companies today, Young and Rich Inc. As a completion of Carlton course, at age 22, I bought 3 units multifamily building in South Etobicoke. This is when I started my retirement journey. My brain didn't understand working a job for 40 years and 40 nights, then retire on minimum income or have to live and become a financial burden to the next generation. And that's so important. When you building wealth, understanding how it's done, why it's done, and if you don't accomplish the path of success, what can potentially happen. For a lot of folks who don't get it right, they will become a burden to the next generation financially. So by studying the boomers, this is what I figure out. The first thing the baby boomers did right, they bought real estate. The first mistake the baby boomers made, they only bought one property and paid it off until retirement. Folks, here's the judgment. What a waste of good time and great real estate prices. Waste of time. Yeah, 25, 30 plus years of great buying time and great buying prices. What the boomers didn't understand is that when you're purchasing properties, you are literally buying more time. More important, you're buying the future. Because the future of real estate worldwide will always be more valuable than it is today. Because the population will continue to grow. Everywhere in the world is the same thing. Some places have a better valuation system than others. The second thing the boomers did, they invested lots of their disposable income into the stock market. And the second mistake the boomers did, they all left their money in the stock market to grow. Today we have a problem. It's time for the boomers to start retiring. If they all start taking the money out at the same time, or even in large numbers, it will literally crash the world economy. We're talking about depression to extreme depression. So The financial genius of today have to constantly manipulate the stock market to prevent it from crashing rather than using advanced strategies the boomers did to grow it financially. So they're literally playing defense, which is a very poor position to be in financially. One of my current observation in today's market is people have lots of capital and they are having a difficult time growing it. People have so much money, they don't know where to put it. For me, it's real estate for life. I will be always investing in the world's greatest investment product that shows the longest investment history and the highest demand in up times and down times. I don't care what in the world is going on, where in the world you are, housing would always be a high demand product. Housing would always be an expensive cost of entry and an expensive cost to live in. So I want to be invested in the world's most expensive product, real estate. More important, the world's highest demanding product, which is real estate. I saw the real estate mistake the boomers were making, thanks to the genius Carlton Sheet, and purchased multiple properties at age 22. Not only did I beat the rat race early, I was able to retire young and rich, even before many of the baby boomers, and with generations of sustainable income. Today, I teach my children and many others how to do the same thing. And it all starts with my first $100 I put on my gold credit card from CIBC for my real estate education. Shazam, Shazam. Cheers to your success. Folks, always ask me, Frank, can I still retire young and rich investing in real estate? And the answer is yes, yes, and more yes. My children and other investors are buying properties at the same prices everyone is buying at today. They have 1997 or 1998 price point. They're buying at 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023 prices. And they will still be able to retire young, retire rich, thanks to this great high demand product. The magical difference is my investors and my children, they're still using the same strategies I learned from my genius mentor, Mr. Carlton Sheets, over 26 years ago and going. Why did I follow Carlton over many other gurus? Carlton course was based on real life issues or real life financial issues. He had real strategies and it gave you real results. I saw it then. I saw it when I went through my reset, called a divorce, and it really did bring me back into the market and bring me back financially. So that's why I was attracted to the Carlton course. Real issues, real strategies, and real results. It was a hands-on program for anyone who was hungry for great financial results. Many guys came into the market after, guys like Robert Kiyosaki and many others who was teaching a lot of theories without proper direction to the masses. I don't like theories. Theories are good to learn, but at the end of the theory, you have to find a way to implement it. They're teaching a lot of theories, a lot of books, a lot of CDs, a lot of workshops, and so on. Many other guys, not Robert. Robert's just the most popular one, many others. And the problem with theories, it never stops. You move from one theory to another theory, and one theory to another theory. And by the time you figure it out, It's time for retirement. I see so many so called investors in today's market investing their time and hard cash into programs like blockchain and bitcoins and many other ridiculous investments that offer the world and give very poor results. My brain couldn't gravitate or understand those kind of investment. They are wasting time rather than buying time with real estate. I often tell my friends, if they put their money into bad investment, we couldn't be friends. We couldn't be friends because I grew up seeing poor people all around me. And I don't want to retire seeing them around me. Hence why I'm always building a successful community around me. I'm growing my retirement community. I'm helping young people, middle-aged people who come from different walks of life, whether from the poor, low-income environment to middle class to upper middle class. I'm helping them create great financial success from that $100 program I bought from Carlton Sheet over 26 years ago. Well, I'm telling you, folks, if you're looking for financial results, study the behavior pattern of others. More important, the financial behavior pattern of others, like I did. I studied the boomers, the past, the current, and the future generation. If you understand what people like, if you understand what people do, you can easily have financial success. As it says, if you want to become successful, go against the masses. If they're running left, you go right. They're going up, you go down. They're going down, you go up. And success is almost guaranteed. Shazam, shazam to your success. If you want more information on how to retire young and retire rich, my name is Frank Corbin. You can catch me on WhatsApp, you can text me, you can call me on my personal direct line, and that is 647 237 3642. Growing up baby boomers. To your success, see you then.